Add tracks on the beat.
Meet up in New York City. I am Abby Harris, your host today.
What up, what up? Welcome to Beyond the Blockchain. I am your host, Abby Harris. What up, what up, what up? Welcome to Beyond the Blockchain. How you guys doing today? Happy New Year. We're going to start out with that one. We're starting out with Happy New Year. It is a new year, new things going on. I'm a little dark right now. Just give me a second. I'm just trying to, like I said, this is my first time getting my bearings together with Beyond the Blockchain podcast. So it's like a lot of little things that I need to do. But what is your New Year's resolution, right? Like what is it? We always start out talking about everyone wants to exercise because they say exercising is it, all year. You've been like, oh, I want to do this. Oh, I'm over here messing with my lights, trying to get myself back together because I've been playing around with my system and I just got to get myself in order. But going back to the conversation, what are you doing for the new year? What is your new year looking like? What is your New Year's resolution? What are some of the things that you said that you wanted to do for the new year? I gotta figure this light thing out. This light thing is like really killing me. But let's start off with, we always talk about exercising. And for me, core exercise is my thing. We always talk about in the beginning of the year that we want to get in shape and fitness. And I stopped using weights a long time ago. I feel that exercising mind, body, and soul, right? If you don't exercise your mind or push yourself mentally, then you limit yourself. So, top of the new year, eating healthy, definitely exercising and working out. Stay focused on the ultimate plan. Create your plan for the year. Like every year I sit down and I create a list of all the things that I want to accomplish or trying to accomplish. And I just create that list and I just start checking it off. You know what I'm saying? Last year, if you tuned in yesterday's show, I went through the whole recap of my experience in the tech space, my experience of running Crypto Mondays, my experience of just meeting people, venues. I just laid it all out and I talked about the birth of Beyond the Blockchain, where it came from, like just everything and where we're going. So since it is the top of the year and I am creating a list of things that I like to do and establish, I'm going to give you the run of the mill on exactly what we're doing here. Why is it important for you to tune in and be a part of this network and this community I'm building? Like I said, I'm starting it off like this is the top of the year. Like, clean slate on everything. Clean slate on Spotify, clean slate on iHeartRadio, clean slate on YouTube. Like, I don't have a lot of subscribers, but I have a lot of community. I'm going to lure my community in. We're going to talk about educating, and we're going to talk about making some money. We're going to talk about capitalizing on technology, crypto and Web3 and everything else that is going on in this space. We definitely have to talk about Sam Freeman, the Kennedy, a potential president, and come to find out They dropped a bunch of charges on them. Why did they drop the charges? Please tell me why they dropped the charges. They dropped the charges because there's some corruption involved. There's some politicians that done took some money from Sam Friedman. He been paying politicians with that money. He's been juggling that money. I hope you got a chance to see my skit yesterday on my show. It's a process, but yeah, this thing is like this top of this year is getting ready to show all the corruption. It's going to show all the shenanigans that's happening. It's going to show all the stuff in the news. It's really going to be disturbing, some of this stuff. But going past that, this is Beyond the Blockchain, and like I said, I want to talk to you guys about what we doing right here at the show, why you choose to tune in, and what's going on. So the first thing I'm going to start with is Beyond the Blockchain podcast. You know, Beyond the Blockchain podcast, it was an air thing. It was just something that I just conceptualized. Like I said, it came from Twitter. I was just thinking about Twitter and just thinking about listening. And then because I've been filming so long, this is what's happening. Like, I just put it together. So I'm going to back this up a little bit. Now, I wanted y'all to see that I have a bunch of episodes of Beyond the Blockchain podcast. If you haven't got a chance to tune in, check out the link. Or you can do a Google search, the Ab Lab Digital Beyond the Blockchain podcast, and it will come up. It will come up on several digital platforms. But I just wanted to give you a run of some of my guests that I had on the podcast. And if you get a chance in your time and it permits it so, maybe you can go and listen to the podcast. So shout out to Player One Taco. We had a great interview. We talked a lot of tech stuff. He is a Solana maxi. And he was talking like he's on Bonk. I don't know if anybody is on Bonk, but just check it out. I'm going to be just talking about different things, but the whole point of the things that I talk about is two things. One, you can pause it, rewind it back. Two, DYOR. What does that mean? Do your own research. Just because I say it and mention it, I'm not giving no financial advice at all. I'm just talking about some of the things that I'm doing and some of the things that I'm interested in. And at some point in time, I will show you how to do your own research and look up certain things and where to find certain things. These are for all the newbies. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to stop saying what I'm saying. But shout out to Player One Taco. He was definitely a dope guest. Oh, shout out to Fruquan, NFTLES. Now, Fruquan has a whole music thing with NFTs, and he's from LES. So he's the founder of NFTLES. It happens in Lower East Side of Manhattan. They got a whole music thing. I'm not sure if he's still at 101 Bar, but between 101 Bar and all of that Lower East Side, like for NFT Week, he killed it. Like he had his whole thing. Like he had a whole roundabout of events going on during NFT weekend. So it was really dope. But I had a great interview with Fruquan. It's not posted yet. Everything will be posted up. So you for your listening pleasures. We are, like I said, I didn't move from audio to audio and visual. So some of these interviews I will bring back video so I can reach out to more of the people, ears and eyes, and connect with the community. But if you want to be on a part of the podcast, be on a blockchain, just holler at the team. We will get you up here. We can talk about all types of stuff. We'll get you an interview, talk about what you got going on in your startup. What are you building? What are you enterprising on? You know what I'm saying? So Fruquan. Oh, this one right here. This is one of the best interviews I had. Anthony Bush. He works government affairs. Anthony Bush, very smart individual. I actually met Anthony Bush at the New York Stock Exchange. If you go on my Instagram, you can actually see some of the videos that I had, some of the videos and pictures of the New York Stock Exchange, standing right behind the bell, me and Anthony. And then this interview was dope because he has a different approach to EV. Like, I didn't realize how big the EV market share was, and I also didn't realize that Elon Musk owned 98 or 90% of the EV market, and he got some projects that he's pulling through. Also, we talk about crypto, government affairs, banking, and all types of stuff. So this is definitely a good interview. And you know, it's so crazy because we always see when we talk about peers and people in the government, sometimes it's not always the person that you think it is, but this gentleman is just like us. Like, we sat there and we talked about it just like two brothers, and he works for the government. So, you know, that's one of the, like I said, that's one of the things I really, really like about tech, right? Because tech, you touching all types of things, all types of sectors. That the next guest is, oh, shout out to Israel Wilson, ICNU. I have great things to say about Israel. He has a project right now. He's in Jersey. He got a whole thing that they building out in Jersey. We had a definitely dope interview. He's definitely a globetrotter and an influencer within this Web3 crypto space. And he's tight in the music back and forth. So yeah, I don't know. He used to have calls once a week. I think he's doing once a month now. But yeah, check out Israel's interview. Like I said, I'm gonna get all of this stuff up so you can check it out, listen to while you working out or in the gym or something, or riding your bike. This Andrew, this is Schiller. Schiller is a platform that you can actually post messages, streaming, and all of that, and you can charge. I am on Schiller. I got an account on there. But why am I over here on YouTube? Because the community is on YouTube, and eventually I'm gonna take all of these newbies and new people who have a understanding of knowing what's going on within the Web3 space, and bring them on into the blockchain space so we can actually talk about owning our actual IP. That's what this show is. And shout out to Andrew. He had we had a great interview. He has a very heavy background in music. Some of his interviews is really, really dope. You can actually check out Andrew. Okay, so my last day at Crypto Mondays, I was honored to be moderated by Michael Kasdan. And we killed it. I made a job easy. And the reason why I made his job easy, because I did most of the talking. And then I let the community talk because, you know, community, family, people, networking is my thing. You know, that's just where I've come from, bred, raised, especially being a New Yorker. New York is about who you know and who you can network with to get you into certain doors. So that's just natural. But if you're looking for a Web3 attorney, Michael Kasdan. And if you're not a part of the community, you can contact and reach him. You can Google him. Tell him Abby sent you. So that was definitely a great interview. We talked about a lot of Web3 stuff, attorney stuff, his projects that he's working on. So that was a really, really great, informative interview. Oh man, across the pond, my girl Caitlin. Yeah, she runs one of the biggest meetup groups in London, across the pond. But this was another one of those interviews that was really, really cool. We talked about everything, Web3, women in Web3, her start. Like, yeah, this is another one of those. I'm telling you, I got a lot of great interviews that I met with a lot of people. Like I be ecstatic myself, like, cause sometimes I don't even know what goes on. I just be like, whatever we gonna do, we gonna just make it happen. Still trying to work out, get my light on. Keep it moving. So let me explain to you about this guy right here. This guy right here is the guy. Pizza DAO. This is the first DAO that I've been a part of that has been very transparent and everything for everything to grow and go well. I was fortunate to host a New York City's global pizza party on Pizza Day with a few other team members, and we killed it that day. It was pizza all around the world. You know how, I don't know if you tuned into the New Year's, how you go from Japan, Dubai, Brazil, Puerto Rico, New York, and you see all the fireworks. Well, all the pizza gets eaten on this same day. From the morning start, Japan, Lisbon, Germany, France, everybody's eating pizza on National Bitcoin Pizza Day, and that's all due to concept and idea of snack. This is one of my funnest interviews because we talk about everything, right? Talk about the Lamborghini party, the Ninja Turtles. We talk about the music. They recreate music just for Pizza DAO. So your favorite song is remix Pizza DAO style, right? So everything, the words are talking about pizza, favorite pizza, pepperoni, and your pizza name. So shout out to Pizza DAO. Shout out to Snacks. Like I said, this was one of them dope ass interviews that I actually had so much fun on. We're gonna keep it moving. Art. If you into marketing and you want to know anything about marketing, Web3, Web 2.0, Art is that guy. We had him as a guest on Crypto Mondays. He killed it. Oh, he's another one that got me into newspapers, and I got some articles and write-ups on me. Shout out, Art. I really appreciate that one. But check out our interview. It is up now. Currently, you can actually listen to it. You can find it on all the DSPs, digital service platforms, iTunes, iPod, podcasts, iHeartRadio. I got links on Twitter. I got links on LinkedIn. So definitely check out this interview with Art. Who else we got? Omar Henry. Now, here's the funny thing. Omar Henry, we are network buddies because he was running a chapter in Alabama. But the funny thing is, I'm like, when I'm talking to him, I'm like, Alabama? Like, what they know about Alabama? What? Alabama's popping in the Web3 tech space and finances. Like, he got a whole thing he got going on. Make sure you check out Omar Henry. We talk about a lot of financial things, the direction of the government. Now, the funny thing is, this interview might be like maybe about 4 months, maybe 5 months old, maybe about 6 months old, right? But the thing about the interview, right? The thing about the interview is that if you go to the interview and you listen to what he was talking about then, he kind of predicted things that's happening now. So I just hit him up the other day and was like, put me on your trading crew because I know he making moves, and he got this project called Helio that he's checking out. So make sure you check that interview out. Really, really dope, Omar Henry. Okay, so I've been getting complaints because I keep hearing, oh, you keep playing this same interview over and over. And the thing is, this is a dope interview. Very, very, very informative. A lot of information. Still trying to get my lights going. There's a lot of information. Make sure you check this out. Journey to Wealth. Check this interview out. That's all I gotta say. You know how certain things speak for itself? This is one of those that speaks for itself. Check this interview out. Alicia Holmes. Oh, and the man, the myth himself. We did an interview with the founder of Crypto Mondays, Lou Kerner. We talk about everything. We talk about Crypto Mondays, the chapters, the traveling. We talk about AI because he's always on the road. There's never a time that you can say he sits still. So, like, his frequent flyer miles got to be bananas. Imagine if you could put that on the blockchain, right? Which is, let me stop. Pablo, side hustle attorney, great guy, great help, great direction, great interview. Was an NYPD officer. Went into law, then went into Web3. Always in Punta Cana. Shout out to Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic. Always out there. Always making moves. Definitely a good network connection guy that you can connect with if you starting out trying to figure things out. Anything from starting your LLC to copyright and to trademarking, all of that. Shout out to Pablo. Make sure you connect with Pablo. Make sure you listen to these podcasts. That's what I need you to listen to. Now, this is one of my highlights. I'm gonna have to switch my cameras on. This is one of my highlights. My highlight is that I was able to meet Susan Cummings, who is the co-founder of Rockstar Games. And what did they produce? Grand Theft Auto. We talked about Grand Theft Auto. We talked about the concept of where the music, where the vibe, the feel. We talked about how so many companies wanted to make this game into a movie, and they just turned everybody away because they couldn't figure out how to make it right. But I'm gonna be honest, there are certain games that I just don't want to be a part of whatsoever because I will be locked in. I am a GTA guy. Like, oh my goodness, I love GTA. Everything, the concept. In my view and vision, GTA is the first metaverse. Because once they had you working out and exercising and eating and all that, you actually lived in the world. If I could go to some of my old PS2 or PS1 cartridges where I got the garages and I got the kitted out cars in my GTA, that was one of my favorites. One of the hardest missions, I can never drive the tractor trailer. I used to always mess up on that mission because I couldn't back it up. Even still to this day, I can't drive a car with a trailer on it. Only can drive it straight. Don't ask me to turn around or back up. Oh no, I'm gonna go all the way around the block with the trailer. When I owned the U-Haul dealership, and people would bring the trailers back, I would just drive the trailer up and then I would take them off the hook and I would roll them manually back into the parking spot because I can't drive a trailer for nothing. But speaking of that, Susan Cummings, like I said, this is my Michael Jordan. She has a product called Petaverse. It is an NFT. Like this was another one of those concepts. If you can come up with a concept of figuring out a whole metaverse, imagine what you're coming up with now. So what Petaverse is, it's a digital pet, right? And it hangs out with you, YouTube, Twitch, it hangs out with you digitally. But now with these new Apple glasses that they got, and you can, and all of this VR, AR stuff, her project is gonna blow out the water. I already see it, but make sure you check that out. That was one of the exciting podcasts that I actually had. Like you hear me all giddy, like yeah, but that was just like I said, it was one of my favorites because I grew up on the game. Shout out to Howard John, Black Meta Agency. We actually had 2 interviews with Howard. Make sure you check this out. He talks about everything. He's moving around in DC very, very heavy. He's going towards the workforce, blockchain, technology, AI, robotics. He be all over. Like when you see him, like you see, check out his Instagram, check out this this podcast because we talk about a lot of stuff. These are the parts. Some of these interviews, me and Yuri are on there, so we tag team in some of these interviews. So it is beyond the blockchain. Like I said, we talk about the blockchain and everything beyond and eternity. Logic, Julian Gilliam. Julian, dope NFT artist, dope. He's just a dope creator. He got some projects going on. Make sure you check him out. This interview is very, very interesting. If you're into marketing and you want to understand the concept of bridging the gaps between Web3, art, culture, Logic is the guy. This interview is really, really good. We check, you know, how many times could I say really, really good? Like I'm overkilling it. Like, no. Check out the interview with Logic. Who else we had? Dot Connector, Jason. So in our New York network, there's a Telegram group called Dot Connector, and Jason, he runs Dot Connector, and it is what it is. He connecting dots. So you go into the Telegram group, you can all types of parties, events, music, bass, all types of stuff. So we had a great interview. We talked about the Animal Zoo party that was at Empire Dow. For all those who know, that was in Soho that day, it was a zoo. It was during NFT weekend 2021, I believe. I don't know how many people they had in there on the roof. Anybody that was in the tech space was in that room. I made a lot of good contacts and connects that day. So yeah, this is Beyond the Blockchain podcast. This is where I initially started out doing just audio interviews, and then we moved it. Like I said, 2023, this is where we going. Like, we can really have a whole new concept. It's going to be events and stuff going on. Also, in my whole ecosystem, right? Because it's not, I know some people know I have the Cannabis Club of Harlem t-shirts. You can definitely pick up that merch. All the merch will be up in the stores. But being a part of the community, right, is not just tapping in YouTube. It's actually being a part, receiving and giving. You know, there's a lot of takers out there. We only want givers and takers, right? We want you to give more than you take. That's what we talking about here, because a piece of a pie, right, beats a whole no pie. What concept am I making up right now? I don't know. I'm freestyling, but my whole point of what I'm saying is teamwork make the dream work. If you add in and everybody's adding their little portion, their crumbs, we can eventually build the cake. That's what the whole concept is. But if we all putting crumbs in and you over there taking crumbs out, we'll never get to the cake. It will never get to the place and concept or where you want to go or where you want to build. So that's what the concept of this whole ecosystem is. So I created That's how we ball out. Right? This is our fashion thing. You know, it's all about people. There's a whole concept of bridging the gap with fashion and digital technology and community. So if you're lucky to win a United Colors of Crypto shirt, great. If you want to be a part of the community, this is what we're doing. It is for the top of the year. Now, this right here, if you don't understand my community, hold up, I'm missing something here. Give me 1 second. 1 second. Let's see. Yeah, let me do this. Let me do this. Let me do this. So, that's what I want everybody to see. Web Network, okay? Now, what Web Network is my Telegram group. This is where we communicate. It's private. It's invite only. You only be invited in here. Within my Telegram group, I have a lot of resources. There are a lot of resources here within my group. I'm building. So if you're looking for some type of information, I put it in there. If there's it's just like it's almost a dumping ground for education. And it's another form and another place where you can actually communicate. So I'm gonna run through my web network Telegram group so you can get a clear understanding of what I got going on, what's in here.
Blow it up, blow it up. That's how we.
Oh, what did I do? Let me get back to. Okay, here we are. Here we are. So, a lot of people have Telegram on their phone. I'm really only talking to the newbies. Okay. If you're a part of the group, thanks. I really appreciate you being a part of the group. If you're a part of the group and you want to add information, you're welcome to add information into the group. That's what it's really about. Contacts, connects, meeting people, having resources. So there's a lot of things out here, but there's not a lot of places where you can actually get the resources. That's what my group is. I post quite frequently, but like I said, I'm introducing this to the world. You want to be a part of the ecosystem, United Colors of Crypto, Beyond the Blockchain. This is my group that you need to be a part of. So I have a bunch of topics in the group. General. It's just general information. Shout out to Fruquan because he's always shouting stuff out in there. I have all types of different topics. Ask the community. I have different news that pops up every day. Learn about Web3, everything. I have New York events, like all types of events is happening. I talk about Web3 news in there. Books. Oh, I got some great books in there. I got a little section called Startup Hub, AI tools. That is one of the good ones. Project One Way, where you can just launch your project. Oh, mindful meditation. That's one thing that I have established in 2023 that I started meditating. I didn't know how important that was. But as I go through the video and I'm showing you some of the topics, like I list all podcasts. Like if you got a podcast or information, you can post it within there, and all my links to my podcast is in there. I got something called Founders Forum. I got people from all the global in there. Some people from Dubai, Puerto Rico. They talk about just being founders. I got a question thing called Ask the Community. So if there's something that you want to do or know about, you just put your question in there. I have about 200 people, 250 people within my group. This is just regular crypto news. Like as I'm going through this, like I said, every morning there's information that happens, and sometimes you don't want to jump all over the place. This little folder right here is Learned Everything Web3. So there's a lot of Web3 information in there of just in general. What else we got in there? All the New York Alpha events, all types of like podcasts. Shout out to NYC Ryan for NYC Blockchain. He hosts his events once a month. All things funding. Like I got a lot of like grant applications and places where you can go get grants. This good book to read is where I put a lot of books on resources. You see all the news about ETFs. You see things about the power of money, how to market in Web3, metaverse in Web3. Like I got a lot of resources. All of this stuff is free to download. Like if you're looking for something, you want to take that deep dive within this space, my Telegram group is where it's at. This is a startup hub. If you're talking about your startups, you want to build something. But this is what my Telegram group is. Now this folder is a very important folder. This is all the AI tools that I've been gathering. So you see Supernormal? I use that all the time. That's one of my favorite apps. You see Fireflies? That's another one of my favorite apps. It is all AI-driven stuff. So very resourceful group that I've been building, and I've been building my community. And oh, look at this, mindful meditation. Like I said, I started out with 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes of meditation, silence, some meditation music, just to get in tune with yourself, because you get pulled by so many different personalities, so many different energies that's getting pulled, and sometimes you lose balance, and you have to balance yourself. Because if you don't balance yourself, you become unfocused. You becoming unfocused means that you're all over the place. You can't concentrate on the things that you need to do to execute what you need to execute, what you're trying to execute. So 2024 is the year of focus, determination, and being a part of the Beyond the Blockchain podcast. This is, this is the Beyond the Blockchain podcast. Let me see. Dre hit me. Shout out to Dre. Let's keep it going. Capturing the moment. So, like I said, community is about community. If you're not being a part of the community, that means that you're not being a part of the community, means that you're not putting into the community. And what does that mean? Your experience that you're experiencing from going different places, learning things, you get this information, you take it in, and then you spill it out, right? And when you have a support group of people with the same like minds, we all get directed into the right places, right? So you're not misled, because there's multiple minds have that same concept. Like, there's certain people that still don't believe in drinking the juice, don't believe in this whole thing. I created a whole ecosystem. Just be a part of it. Connect with us. Capture the moment. Just taking pictures. So this is some of the venues that I actually went to in New York City. That, just like I said, it just is all about just capturing the moment. Crypto coins. All coins are killing it. Yes, they are. If you don't know anything about coins, or if you do know anything about coins, there's something called dollar cost averaging. And you can't just decide one day, oh, I'm just going to buy 100 coins and that's it. But you have to do your due diligence, figure out what works for you. So inside of the Telegram group, there's a lot of information on dollar cost averaging and getting tokens, and it's just a lot of resources in there. So that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today. I went over a lot of stuff within this ecosystem. This is Beyond the Blockchain. Like I said, each and every day or each and every week, I will be hosting Beyond the Blockchain. Like right now, today is the first of the year. And as soon as I get out of here, because it is 10 o'clock, I will create my list. You know, I got to get my black eyed peas and my collard greens and do all the whole traditional thing for the year. I want everybody who supports me or supports anything for the new year, just keep pushing. You know, this thing does not stop. I did say yesterday that I was going to talk about a certain topic or person, but I'm going to give it a little bit more time because I got to gather some more information of some of the crazy stuff that's going on within this space. I'm definitely going to be talking about what's happening within crypto, what's happening within what coins that I'm interested in. We're going to be having events, merch, and yeah, this is it. So I want to wish everyone a happy new year. Make sure you tune in to Beyond the Blockchain podcast. I am your host, Abby Harris, and I'll see y'all next show. Tell a friend, tell a friend.